Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome. Thank you all for joining in on this fantastic Wednesday. So, as you can tell, I got some of my OC characters that are happen to be on the screen right there. And I actually have a few more that are on the end right there. So, give me one sec. Let me turn down this music a little bit there. Okay, so I am multi-screening here, so I am not exactly sure what's going on. Oh, 6. That's a first. It's normally 3 or 2 or 1, but 6. I'm surprised. I'm happy. I'm glad. All right. So it's fantastic since I got a lot of people here because I actually got some something that I would like to actually address. So, as you guys can see on my screen, I happen to have an OC character, and I have actually a couple OC characters I'm going to be scrolling across here. So, these characters I was planning on implementing into my Welcome to Hell series. So, I thought, hey, since I am adding some of these characters on into this series, I also was thinking, hey, what would also be kind of nice to have? Because I'm going to need a office space, I'm going to need a lot of array of characters, I'm going to probably need a lot of design, demons, imps, you name it, and it's not going to be like based completely off of Hell-wise, it is going to be like VisiPop's sort of setup, but I'm not going to just reframe it to just being like only imps, Goetians, that sort of deal. I wanted to be almost like the type like for the centers and that like each center has a different design and all that too. So what I was trying to see was that I was going to have you guys come up with a character that I can put in the Welcome to Hell series. And if that's the case, if you guys are able to, and I mean, again, I have my my email right there that you can actually be able to send that to me. I can actually go ahead and I'll end up taking your character and place them into the series as filler characters. Because right now, the only thing I've been doing so far is I've just been drawing a bunch of random characters. Some of them are adoptables, some of them are OCs. And the OC characters that I have, I haven't really done much with them other than I just design them and they're kind of sitting off the side, not doing anything. So, I'm planning on doing a lot of OC inserts for my show. So, what I would like to see is if anybody would like to participate, have their kind of character inserted into the show. It can be anything: Impsona, Goetian, Hellhound. I already designed a Hellcat, so for that sort of thing, you can actually go ahead and see about if you want to do something like that. But again, if a lot of times too, if you're not good at artwork, it doesn't matter. I mean, I can work with anything. If you want to do like a rough stick figure sketch, or if you just want to describe your character, I can actually go off by character designs, even by descriptions. And some characters that I've done for people in the past have only been that. It's just been descriptions. I haven't went off any artwork designs. I haven't went anything. And I was able to replicate their characters based off the descriptions. So, if you guys want to participate in trying to have a character that can be implemented into the series, that would be fantastic. That will give the series a little bit more of a spice. Note that I'm still working on the trailer. um, and that once I decide to start implementing on like an actual episode 1, I'm gonna actually have characters kind of roaming around in the office. You'll see people, characters standing in the offices and that. And for those like an everyday office, you have different diverse characters. Um, and to show what I'm going with right there, for those who are joining and don't know about the project that I'm working on, give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead and find it. Let's see. Back. Scroll down. Okay, so this right here is the actual project that I'm working on. Now it's only cut down because of posting it right there, but let me try to find that endpoint so that way I can actually play the whole thing for you guys. I think it's right here. 109. Animation, timeline, settings, end time is 1009. Okay. So she's gone. We'll just leave it right there. Back out. Okay, so I've been showing this every once in a while for the project that I have been working on. This is kind of my series that I have been working a while on. I have been helping other people with their projects right there to try to get theirs kind of worked out, and I have. So I am going to be getting ready to come back to this right here and be working on this, but let me go ahead and pause the music. Pause. Okay. So this is what I'm dealing with right here. Ugh. Too low. Why is it too low? We will remedy this. Oh, wait a minute. Is it just fine on you guys, on your guys' end? I just want to make sure.
WTH, this is Ed speaking. How may I help you?
Edward, my office, now!
So that's as far as I have on my end. And yes, June, you do have permission to send something. But that's what I'm kind of working with. I'm kind of designing a series that's based almost like an office in hell, and it's almost like The Office. And again, it being an office setting, a diverse, different amount of demons, creatures, you name it, I'm going to have it right there. So if anybody would like to have the character featured in the series, feel free to message me. Again, the information is right there in my communications for questions and that. I think it's under for my blitzkrieg@yahoo.com. And like I said, feel free to message me if you want to have a character that's in the show. That'd be fantastic. Send me in a message, send me an image, information about it. And what I'll do is I will go ahead and see about designing the character type so that way they would fit into the series right there. There is a few characters I have to re-edit and all that. So again, I'm still jumping back and forth between projects and that, so I'm going to be trying to come back to this. And apparently, again, they start squawking when I start talking, so I apologize for the conversation in the background. So, anyways, back to what I was getting at there for today. I am going to be working on the OC characters that I have lined up here. And the ones that are on the end are some that I designed or redesigned last night. Once in a while, I'll end up seeing if I can acquire an adoptable character that some people make, and then what I do is I go through and I'll touch it up and design the character into my art style right there to kind of touch them up in that. So with that right there, I'd say pretty much all of these lineup casts are adoptables, except for the ones that are in the actual main series. Of course, themselves are ones that are creations of my own. So the blank space on the end is, of course, for whoever sends their information in that, and I'm going to be starting to draw, and then this entire board here is going to be moved on to add the more line cast of characters. So, let me go ahead, I'll turn that music back on, because we're not going to be doing no animation today. I'm just going to do pure graphics today. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to continue on. And label the characters so that way I don't screw up the lines. I know, I'm kind of surprised. I got seven viewers. I normally don't get that much. Oh, for her right there, for the shark lady right there. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to make her like a CEO or something like that. She kind of does spit out that sort of vibe right there. From like a different district or some other form of higher up management. Let's see here. Naming this character Goat. But other than that, how's everyone doing on this fantastic Wednesday? I know the temperature started to drop a little bit, so it's not like a scorcher like last week. So that's typically a good thing. Wild coyotes. That's nice. I think the one I've seen so far is a Hell Rottweiler. Beginning tips, huh? Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. For beginning tips for artists and animators, huh? Well, I spent, since I was 4, drawing graphic arts and everything non-stop. So I've done it all. I've done realism. I've done paintings. I've done a large majority of that stuff. And I would probably say that for beginning artists-wise, because I had to learn from... I thought I knew everything, because I normally, when I drew, it was always, hey, I looked at it, I looked at a picture, and I just replicated the image that I seen onto a piece of paper. Well, that's great and all, but sometimes the character's lines are always off, or it looks like the character's slanted or that. Normally what I tell everybody to sort of do, and I'm also teaching a few people how to draw too. The best thing that you always want to start off doing is know your shapes, know your figures, know the type of character you're creating. Because, I mean, you can actually design a character, you know, off of, based off of any archetype. So, like, prime example, let me go ahead, I'm gonna close that down so I can show an example. So, when I went to college to get an update look into doing graphic arts and that, what they kind of showed me was what you want to start doing is if you're looking at a person, like say if you got a person that's in a T-pose standing, you don't normally go straight to drawing like the circle and that and you know, the shapes and that. You kind of want to design a wireframe, and a wireframe is basically a continuous line that you imagine the person standing right there, and you just keep drawing what you see of the person in a continuous line pose. That's basically a wireframe, and I mean it's pretty simple for beginners, but for me, I tend to skip that that part, and I go to the whole circles and shapes right there. So yeah, it's basically the basic. What you got: the stick figure, circles, lines, triangles, the basics. And then what you do is you look at the key points, like you got to know measurements, like how far the elbow is, how far the knee is, and they're pretty much basically, you know, halfway. And then you can start forming a shape of your character. So if I want to have a broaded character, you know, of course you've got to have the thick neck, the shoulders, the large muscles, and again, you know, I'm off to the scale size, but a lot of this stuff can be adjusted. Waist, hip, legs, and this is just speed art, of course. So, you know, but I got like the basis of the actual character down right there. But that's what I normally do. I normally do this, do the actual mannequin style, because it helps me design characters, implement like the type of styles, and you don't want to really jump straight into like, oh hey, you know, I'm gonna do Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. You know, it's yeah, okay. Vegeta's got a lot of detail. He's got a lot of muscles. He's got a lot of everything. He's got veins, and that's if you're a beginner, you don't want to jump like straight into working on Vegeta. And I always tell the guys that I'm teaching, I says, start off with somebody that's really simple. And I says, I know this is gonna sound very childish, but start off with somebody like Kirby or Pikachu or somebody that has a really nice, simple design, because you want to start off with them so you can start getting your curved lines done, your, you know, you want to get the proportions of the character done so that way you can get your hands used to designing that. Yeah, okay, Kirby's round. Okay, well, what else is round? You got a character's head. There's a lot of circles. There's a lot of squares. There's a lot of everything for characters, and you have to kind of get your hand to sort of read that. Let's see here, but when it comes to like for these character designs and all that, like a lot of these characters that I have, you know, redesigned and that, I go off by looking at the image, and I'll draw the mannequin, and I'll sit there and I do like so many numbers of changes. The character doesn't come out the right way at first. But the best thing is oh, let's see, what's one way that I normally do it? When I have a pencil, when I use pen and paper, I actually have two sets of color pencils, the graphite mechanical pencil, and then the ink pen. And I use my red to do the wireframe, the blue to do the outlines. Then my mechanical pencil fills in the details, and then my pen finishes the actual look of the character. That's normally how I do for my art in real life. And then on computer, it's really simple, because if you got a touchpad and that, I mean, you can actually go between layers and do that, and then take away a layer. I mean, a lot of that stuff is really easy when you do it through digital, and that's why I do it a lot. You know, do a lot of digital artwork on here, and I still do carry a sketch pad with me. I never leave the house without a sketch pad, because if something pops up and it's like, say, I had a cool character design and I needed a pencil and paper right there and then, well, that's why I carry a sketch pad with me. And a lot of the guys at work are right there going, man, you always carry that with you. Well, I have an idea that sometimes hits me and I have to draw it. And I've been like that since since I was 4. I've never went anywhere without having a sketch pad with me. But yeah, to answer that question, Zeno, you want to start off with the basics of a character first, and then when you start getting your hands accustomed to the character design, then you want to go from there. And Wendy, just to tell you the thing is, in my series here, it's not just basing everything in hell. I also have heaven in this too. So I actually have an office in heaven that's competing with my office in hell. So you can actually design OC angels as well. So this is everything, and if you have a human character, again, the characters from hell and the characters from heaven, they do visit the human world as well, because they have to interact with humans to acquire their souls in order to up their numbers. So this is pretty much like everything. You can design a human character, you can design an angel, you can design a demon, all those. You have full reign of the type of character that you want to create in a heaven versus hell versus for human souls. That's pretty much what it is. What I want to do is, so that way I don't get overwhelmed with the projects and that, everyone is entitled to 2 characters. And if there is, if I don't get like a lot of entries in, then I will probably have it where you guys can be able to do 2 more characters, or however that goes. But at this current moment, so that way everybody has, you know, if you have a couple of ideas, you can submit 2 character types. You can either do a like, if you want to try make a demon one and make a angel one, that'll be great. Or whatever your preference is, there is no limits to what that would be. But for submitting, try keeping it to at least 2 characters that one person can make. And then again, if I don't get a lot of entries in, then I will let everybody know that you can submit more characters. Again, anything is good. Pencil, if it's a rough sketch, if it's a description, again, I'm able to work with anything right there. And if I got a good basis of what the character is, then I could be able to go and get as close as I can to what somebody has envisioned for what they want the character to be like. You're welcome, Zeno. Like I said, you know, I'm trying to help a few people as well, trying to learn. Some of them have already drew for a while, so they have some experience with the art, but they said that they wanted to start from scratch, so that's how I kind of helped them out with a little bit right there with their sketching. Is I said, okay, starting from scratch, the best thing you want to do is this, and you know, and that's how it's been going. And if they had any questions, they always ask me, you know, and I always try to help as best I can. And yeah, it's kind of originally I was gonna do a tutorial video on how to like create a character, and I think I'll probably do one later down the road, just to do like a basic character. But yeah. You're welcome. That's what I try to do to at least help people out right there. And I think the best thing about today is I don't have really much in the way of things to do today, so I might actually be able to broadcast a little bit longer today. But it does not mean that I am going to lose track of time. Because sometimes that will happen to me. I will lose track of time. And I ignore my body sometimes when it screams out for sustenance. Because I never eat breakfast. Or lunch. It's been a while since I played Destiny. I'm trying to see. Kitty 6. Oh yeah, I know that character. That's true. Eating is overrated. But seriously, no, I do need a do need to eat. I would say that, but unfortunately, the last time I have actually ever went without any sleep did not end well with me. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, my night when it normally went, I was sitting right there. I was debating whether or not I wanted to stay up, play games, or whatnot, but I just started just drawing, and I went, okay, you know what? Screw it. I can't sleep. I'm just gonna keep drawing. So, um, I got one character that hasn't even been finished because I got like half of her done, and I'm just waiting until I get the pencil sketch done before I upload it as a digital file to work on that one. Excuse me. And I think what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done with this here is I'm going to find some sustenance And then I'm going to take a break and play some Helldivers. I just got into that, and I freaking love it because it just reminds me of Starship Troopers. I've never laughed so much in my life. So every time I go into that game, and I always go on the bug planet world, I'm always standing right there going, the only good bug is a dead bug. And I start just going ham at it. Hey, Touch. Okay. Okay, and let's go ahead and we're going to start getting her shape. Probably going to modify her a little bit more. Okay. I am a multitude guy. I use console, I use PC. I have both Xbox and PlayStation, so I mostly play more on PlayStation. But any of the other games like Helldiver and that, I actually play on PC, so. So I'm one of those type of people that's a multi-console use. Believe it or not, I was going to be playing with some guys last night from work on a Halo game, but the problem was they never gave me their gamer tag names, so I was not able to join them in their legendary match for Halo. So, oh well. I'll get it next time. Okay, and just found this music just to listen to it. It's got a lot of good old-fashioned Nintendo and that sort of themes. Another one for the face, because this thing does not like to work with paint filler for the others. Oh yeah, the what is it? The '80s rocker shoulder pads. I tend to normally stick with those on some characters for the 80s rocker shoulder pads. They always had a very nice design to them. And if you do it right, you can actually make them look pretty good. There we go. Yeah, in order to make the lines really straight and crisp in that, I've been using the vector straight line tool to do that. Certified forklift operator is in my fire team. For a gamer tag name, that's what you have as a person named certified forklift driver operator. I've seen some pretty creative things for gamer tag names and that for out there. It took me a while to learn to use with the vector, the straight line vector tools and that. But thanks to Heather, she showed me how to use the vector line paperwork and that. So whenever I do like a mistake or something, it's make sure that I'm on the right layer. I just want to make sure before I start talking there. Yeah, Ever since Heather showed me about with the line layer, like if I actually do a line and I screwed up and like, oh shoot, you know, just delete that and it just gets rid of it. So she showed me the vector layer, and I'm right there going, I've never used vector before. She says, well, there you go. I can't remember what my guardian rank is on there. All I know is I'm a Titan. I run around. And I always carry a big gun, so that's all I ever do in Destiny. I'm always the support guy. Whenever there's a boss battle or that, or somebody needs help trying to take down a boss, I'm always the guy there with the giant machine gun. Just ready to help. I don't even care about my missions. I just go in there and I actually help other players out. I mean, how else am I going to get experience? I get participation experience. Stuck on a mission? Well, ask the Titan guy that comes in right there with the machine gun. He'll help you out. Got a boss that you've been fighting for like 30 minutes? Ask the Titan guy. He'll go in there, big cannon fodder for you. Well, I used to mess with the straight line and vector tool stuff when I was on GIMP, and I managed to. GIMP was a little bit harder to try to get that line to come out right, and of course, I was drawing and doing everything with a mouse, so I didn't have a tablet or a pen or anything. I was doing everything by mouse, and I spent days, and I mean days, working on working on one picture, so that way I can get the image to look just right. No, that's a little too thick. I don't want it to be that thick. I want it to be like that. Yes, very much so for days. It was a more it was a very horrible long process, but I did manage to get the image to come out the way how I wanted it to. Okay. Called himself COVID, but learned how to use Outbreak perfectly. Okay. The email that it would be sending it to would be blitzkrieg@yahoo.com. Um, it's let's see. Da, da, da. That's how it's spelled, and it'll be at yahoo.com. Again, a lot of people might actually know that username right there because that was my old YouTube channel for when I used to do a lot of source filmmaker stuff. And it's funny in the sense that I get a lot of people still to this day that's right there going, "Oh my God, you're the guy who made that FNAF video. I remember this when I was 9." And that was back when Markiplier just started playing FNAF, so that's when I got onto the whole, okay, well, I know how to do source filmmaker. I'm just gonna do this and learn as I go. And I never knew that that two of my videos was gonna hit 1,000,000 views. I've never to this day knew that my videos was gonna hit 1,000,000 views. And I think it's still going, honestly. I still get people that still comment on that. And I'm thinking about coming back to that channel so that way I can make some more music video. But what I really wanted to do was try to work with my artwork some more before I get back to that. Because, you know, thanks to reading some negative comments about certain videos, you know, they kind of hits you down a little bit, and it just makes you not want to put any more effort into it. But I think since I got more of a grasp on what I'm doing, I might be able to go back and, you know, do some more videos in the future. So that's what I was originally better known as the guy who did what was it, the one that's the most popular one was the Living Tombstone one. I had the source film models of all the FNAF characters, but I didn't have the correct guitar or the correct cupcake for Chica and Bonnie, and so I had to use makeshift stuff, and I didn't know how to size the items right. So all it was is just the whole entire song is just the characters are just sitting right there moving left and right. That's all they were doing, was like they were animatronics on a Chuck E. Cheese stage. And it's kind of awesome that, like I said, to this day I'm still getting told by people, "Oh wow, I remember you were the guy who made that video. Oh my God, I can't believe it." And even people that were that's around my area that don't even know me, and when I told them, "Oh yeah, I used to do that stuff," and they're right there going, "Really? What videos did you do?" And I'll show them one, and it's hilarious to see a parent go, "Oh my God, my child has showed me that video. You're the guy who did that video?" "Yeah, I was the guy who did that video." No way. You can't be that. "Yeah, I'm that guy." It's funny just seeing the reaction when I tell them that. Yeah, like I said, it was a little success. I was learning the program as I was going. So the more videos I did, the more I was improving on like positioning, lighting, camera settings, how many items I could put in the in the program before the program decides to self-terminate itself. I've actually had that happen to me before. The program is like, ah, no, I can't handle this, no, and then it just blue screens and dies. I've actually had that. I think that is going to need to change. Get back to the vector lines. Yeah. Yeah. 6.6 million. Yeah, that's about the original one. That was the first FNAF video I actually ever made that had 6.6 million views. And I think it's been 6.6 million views for the past, well, 6 million views at least for a while now. Let me go ahead and see about checking that out here. Let me go ahead and zoom up to here. Ba-ba. Okay, I really like that last one. You say you were trying to come up with a name for that last one? Oh no, I don't. I don't work for VisiPop. I don't work with her or with them. Um, this is it's an art style that I'm very comfortable with working with. It's I like how VisiPop's art style is nice, crisp, clean. It has sharp edges, curves in the certain places that are set right. That I kind of like the art style, and it actually is something that I like working with. Yep, it's Yahoo. Yahoo.com. Let's see. Oh, you want me to title the last one? Okay. Um. Hmm. Okay. I got like a lot of words that are just popping in my mind, but the only thing that just kind of screams out and when I look at the picture is like at wit's end or anxiety or something like that. Anxiety attack. Hello, welcome. Yeah, that's what it kind of screams out to me when I look at that unit. It just says it's either as wits end or anxiety attack. That's pretty much what it just reads out to me when I look at that. Yeah, I just liked how the way how that thing looks like it's just coming right over, getting ready to engulf the person. I like that. I think that arm is sitting way too low. There we go. Well, you're welcome. Okay, yeah. to say she's done, but I want to make sure because I believe it might be off by a bit. I think I know what is off. Well, thank you. Just gotta make a little bit of an adjustment here. I think, if it's in my opinion, I think her legs are just a little too short. So I am just going to stretch this. There we go. That looks a little bit better. She looks taller. Thought she had really short legs. Fix her feet there too. So that's a little too. There. Now she looks. That's better. Definitely a lot better than what she was. They are adoptable characters that I have acquired. There are some OCs that I have created, which is at the on another page right there. But the lineup that you see here is all adoptable characters that I have acquired, and what I am doing is a lot of them are all done through those AI generated artworks, but what I'm doing is I'm taking their quirky design and I am fixing them, making them more Hazbin's hotel style / Helluva boss style. So the color schemes are being changed on them. The character, like originally, this character that I just worked on, she was really slim and slender and very tall, and there was a few things on her that was a little bit off. She had a couple more tattoo designs on her, and I just completely went through and changed her outfits, revamped her, made her a little bit more something that you would actually see in the show. And a lot of these characters, they each one of them has something that's a little bit about them. So again, I've changed their outfits. I'm making them look good and all. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I'm doing. But thank you. Yeah, and those two right there, as you can tell, those were done on paper. So I uploaded them onto here so that way I could be able to get them all sketched out and revamped. The Hellhound Rachel, she was her face was a little bit distorted in that, so I managed to touch up her face, fix up her hair, give her more of a fuller look to the face. She kind of looks like a scrunched up Chihuahua face that that whatever I got the original. And I could probably show you what her original one was. This is what I'm going off by when I did her. So you can kind of see what I mean when I say that I'm just completely going through and I'm fixing them up, redesigning them a little bit. I'm keeping, the same features for like the floppy ears, the hair, the clothing, but just the look in general. Her face doesn't look like the little nub that she's got in the original one. So that one I went through and I got rid of that and actually gave her an actual face. Made her a little bit more slimmer. Gave her the Luna body style right there, because most of the Hellhounds are like that. And let's see. That is her. That is you. I am going to now put colors. Open. Scroll. Oh, I missed one. Thank you. Okay, and no, back. Well, I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Oh, lag spikes. I don't think I've ever had an issue with lag so far. Knock on wood. My favorite one for Hazbin, I like Alistair. I mean, just the simple fact that how he is, I really like Alistair. But I would probably say, yeah, I was gonna say my actual favorite that I think that I like is Serpentious. Um, just his entire personality and demeanor for how he is in that is just it's hilarious. He has so many things that he wants to be the best. He wants to be, you know, all this, and good for him. At the end of it, he actually gets redeemed in that. I think the other reason I have that Serpentious is one of my favorites is because out of like a lot of the voice types that I can do, I love doing Serpentious.
Because he is very easy to pull off certain moves.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did a phenomenal one. I do voice impersonations. There is quite a few people that I'm able to voice impersonate. Some of them are from Dragon Ball Z. I could do Serpentious. Let's see who were the original. I think originally I did get casted in someone's project for the original Husk voice, but that project never really went through. Oh no! I can. There is no way I could do Horvitz's Moxie voice. There's no way I could do that. That's just a little too high pitched for me. I really wish I had that voice. If not, I'd be doing Billy and Mandy skits all day. And Ralligor, I will set up the email right there, so that way you can be able to send that. Now, for those of you guys that are just joining in a little bit later from my beginning broadcast, I am doing a little thing where for the show that I am making for the Welcome to Hell series, I am trying to come up with more characters to add into it, and I thought it would be really neat if I had you guys if you want to participate in the series that I have, that you can actually create your own character and actually submit them in, and then I would try to see if I'm able to plug a character into the series as a filler character for like the for in Hell, the Office. You got the people that are walking around in the background, filler characters, side characters, and all that. And it doesn't have to just basically be it doesn't have to basically be a Hellborn character. You can have it as a human character. You can have angel character. The series that I have is basically Heaven and Hell have two branch of offices that are competing for human souls to see who can acquire the most souls, and it's all about numbers, and that's pretty much all it is. It's one company fighting another company, and they're just trying to get their numbers up. That's all that matters. Oh, yeah, that's true. I could go about doing redeeming design characters. And that's that's true. They never said that they can't, but from the way how I think Vizzy has it set up, I think it's only sinners, because the sinners were the ones that were originally human and they had the opportunity to do the right and wrong thing. And I think that's the reason why they're able to have redemption for themselves. And that's the other thing too. That's it's up in the air. Um, Believe it or not, the only response that I can definitely say is it's whatever Vizzy Pop wants to do for her show, she can do it. If she wants to have it where Hellborns get redeemed, oh, then she planned it that way. An angel stole us, huh? Well, let's see. Now, I know that Stolas is a Galician, And typically, and how Goetians are technically kind of almost like the reverse for serifs, wouldn't they? Wouldn't that mean that Stolas, if he would become someone that goes to if someone like a reverse for heaven version of Stolas, wouldn't that make him a seraph then? Not really sure about the rankings for Goetian. Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen a chart for the rankings of where the Goetians are, but in contrast to like what their parallel version is to with with heaven and that, I, I want to say that they're on the same line as the Seraphs, but I could be wrong in that sense because again, the alternative, what's the counterpart to a Seraph? Oh, to voice, that's most definitely Serpentious. I mean, I got a voice mod that I can sound like Alistair, but I do Serpentious a lot more than I do anybody else. That's true. You're going to be seeing a lot more hearts now. Yeah, and Nifty is a clean freak. I think I still know what happened to Nifty, but I mean, again, that's just assumptions that I'm just doing because I've heard every little thing about Nifty, especially like everybody's saying that she's also a secret overlord or whatever. Which, in that regards, I don't know how true that is, but I don't think so. I believe in the whole that she used to be, that she might have went to hell for accidentally killing someone. That one I would believe because of the spots on her dress. And by the attitude that she is, so some tells me that she was one of those obsessive, compulsive stalker types. And there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll probably be explained. Maybe we'll also get an explanation why she freezes up at the cameras too. A fear of acting on stage? Okay. Now that gives a little bit more of an insight to what she used to do. And there she is. She is all done. Oh! Oh no, definitely imp. The main reason is that they have more excitement in their life than the hotel does. I mean, other than the whole executioner things, but I don't believe the executioners are aiming towards the Hellborns. It's only the sinners. So IMP seems a little bit more of a safer, more entertaining place to work at. That too, and Blitz. And Blitz is probably one of the fun ones to work with. Oop. Put some spots on. There. That's better. All right. And that's for this character. Set that there. Select this here. Duplicate. Blur. There we go. Merge. Select. Okay, and if I do that, it'll do it on the outside, but if I do this, I will have black on the inside. Oh, no, I missed a spot. You see, I knew I was going to miss a spot. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, out of the safest places that you could possibly be at would be those type of people. But I know that eventually, because I've seen from how I've seen it from the trailer right there, I know that they're gonna get ready to introduce Satan. And Satan's supposed to be one of the guys that actually runs the imps, or is in charge of the imps, or was the one who created. I don't know how that one goes, but from how they are depicting him, he's no pushover or anything. He's pretty ruthless. I do not want you. No. That's what I heard too. Who I really want to see is Leviathan. That's the one I want to see. Yeah, that's true. I did hear that it was Bel for what is it? I know I'm gonna butcher the name. Belphegor was supposed to be a female. But I can't remember what the design what they wanted to do for the design wise. I know Satan was enshrouded in shadows. Leviathan was just briefly glimpsed transforming, and Belphegor wasn't really shown. It was mentioned but not shown, unless they have some artwork or has had a scene where they showed her and I didn't even notice. Okay. Nope. Yeah. That is Fox. Fox goes up. And that is goat. Okay. Well, it's gonna be the whole goat with the candlesticks on their heads. Um, there was one design I seen. It wasn't a Busy Pop design, but it was a Belphegor design where the horns had multiple extensions on them, and on each tip of the horn there was a candlestick on it. So, um, again, it wasn't a Vizzy Pop design, so somebody actually did like one of those realism designed um, demon Balfagor designs for some, I don't know. Um, but I thought it looked really neat. I thought that it would comes close to looking like something like that. It's a goat with multiple candlesticks on the antlers coming off the top of the head. I know it's for goats it's supposed to be horns, but with it being demonic and all, it would be spreads. Don't know about with that one. I don't think anybody has. Ooh, excuse me. I don't think anybody has designed a comic design for the Hazbin Hotel series. I do know one thing. I definitely got to add some male characters. Most all the characters I have are all female, but I got some male character designs I'm coming up with. Oh, excuse me. These characters that are all on here, these are not ones that I created. These are actually from adoptables that I have purchased through DeviantArt and that. And some of the adoptables, some of them have some things that are wrong with them, like some of the faces are kind of mashed up. They're really thin. They have multiple fingers, you know, that sort of thing, like what you see in a lot of people that do their own little AI generated things. And what I do is I'll find like a character that say is for $1 or $5, and I'll take that character that has some defect to it, and then what I'll do is I will put it on. I will touch them up, change some things about them, add a little detail, and then put them in the style that's more suiting of like Hazbin or Helluva Boss version. So that's what I normally do is it improves on the casting. Some of the character designs are really nice, and then what I do is I can also some of the character designs I can implement some of the design ideas into creating another character that's, you know, almost like a spin-off of that, and that gives me more of an idea flow. So I do have some original created characters, and I think last broadcast I designed an adoptable that I am yet to post up. Let me see here. Open up. Like, there's some adoptables I created, like this one right here. Here's an adoptable I created, but no one's purchased yet. For a chimera. So these are some of the things that I do, but of course this is like an older design one that I created, so no one's purchased them yet. And the latest one that I created on last broadcast, let's see here, where are you? Last broadcast, where are you? Oh, I know you're here. Where are you? I know I have that character. Where are they? Oh, there it is. Ugh. I did this character in the last broadcast stream right there. So right now I still gotta put up a pricing and everything for him, but yeah, that's the imp character that I did from the wheel spin the other day to post up right there. And I just realized I think I might have forgotten one other character type to put on that wheel spin. Two actually. One was a bug demons and fish demons. Even though you got the sharks, but the fish demons are like glam and glamour. They're both clownfish. So you know that's the other thing I forgot to put in was fish demons and bugs, because of the spiders that were shown in the episode for Blitz going to those shops. But there are a few characters that I do design that's originally OC. That's true. Jellyfish demons too. I mean, there's a number of things that could be done. Hazbin has a large variety of characters that you can do, and then the Hazbin Hotel, the Helluva Boss one, just only focuses on a select group. Yeah, if you want to do that, Tough, you could be able to do that. The email that's in my contacts right there, you can be able to send that to, or if you want to, you can look up on the messaging that was in the chat earlier. I also submitted the address right there. But if you have something that you think that you'd like to see me try to draw on that, I'll be able to happily take a whack at it right there. As for this, let me go ahead and see here. I got her done, so that is pretty much it for that today. I want to see if I can be able to pull up there's still that one picture I need to finish that I haven't even had a chance to finish yet. Oh! I was actually working on the V's right there when they first came out and they were introduced. I was actually working on them and never actually had a chance to finish that art piece. So I might end up doing that on the next broadcast, finishing the art piece. So I can actually show you guys what I was originally working on there. So, yeah, that's what I was working on right there. I haven't even had a chance to finish this yet. I got them, and I also have Valentino in the back. But I like to do each character section by section there, so. Thank you, you. Yeah, that took me a while to do for this right here. Get the eyes to glow right, the teeth to glow, the screen to glow. Everything was on its own little layers when I did Vox. And I can't put them in a folder because the folder does not accept glows. So I have to leave them like that. But I would probably say that would be on my next stream that I'm going to do for that. Right now, it's getting ready to hit close to 5. So it's about 4:42 right now. So I believe that might actually do it for me for this evening. Gonna see about heading out, grab myself something to eat, and then I got one commission I have to work on. 2 commissions I have to work on, actually. 2. So, yep, I say that'll do it for me. Thank you all for showing up. Again, as before, if you want to see about having a character that you want to have designed, placed into the Welcome to Hell series, feel free to send that character or your description of your character into an email. I'll take a look at it right there. And then I'll design the character out, and then we will go ahead and see where they're best suited for, either as a civilian life, office work, heaven, human world, whatever. Of course, you know, if it's a demon character or angel character, of course they won't be in the human world, but you know that would be the case. So. No, I'll go ahead. I'll re-put down the email there. So, all right. Well, you take care, Yoon. You try to get some sleep there. Okay, and that will be the email that you guys can send to. I'll be able to take a look right there and get some sleep, and and for that right there, you could just like I said, if it's a rough sketch, you can do that. Description of your character, that works too. I'm able to work around with all that stuff there, and then we will go ahead and see for that. As I mentioned and stated before, trailer is being worked on, so I haven't gotten to the part for the office where you're going to see like some of the characters pointing at certain people or people walking down the street in the show. So you might be able to see, you know, see some of your characters that are that you can probably create or design be used into that. So, but. Yep, alright, well, that will do it for me. Like I mentioned before, Wednesdays and Saturdays is when I broadcast at 2 o'clock, and I will try my utmost best to try to broadcast at 2. Sometimes I got some things that are in the way right there that I have to try to get done or try to set some things up, and then I will, again, try my best to broadcast at 2. Today was at about 2:20 that I started, so which isn't bad. It's at least close to where my 2 o'clock mark is. And yeah, thank you for all for joining, and be sure to support me and all that. I got, like I said, I got my coffee account right there labeled down, so any support would be fantastic. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Later.